Going on, world? Same thing, man. 4 marks. I don't know what's gonna happen today. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be different. I couldn't tell. I have yet to live it. I have yet to see it with my own eyes, man. I have yet to see it with my own eyes. You know, I'm calling it Yusuke Urameshi. Summer's in here. Summer, how did? Okay, Summer. Did you see the live earlier this morning? You got a question, Summer? All right, man. Here we go. But were you there? Did you see that live earlier? Because I don't know if my settings are messed up. I don't know if my settings are messed up right now. That's crazy that you found me. How did you find me this quick? That's crazy. Oh no, I don't like these. You didn't see? That's what's crazy, man. And then it's crazy because when it publishes, it goes straight to unlisted, which is a good thing. But then after the unlisting, I have to sit there and do that other stuff. You have a Pokemon that has hollow on the back. Wait, it's hollow. Like you're saying, the back of the card is holographic. Like it's glittery. Like it's a glittery back of the card. Is that what you're saying? Hollow on the back. So like you know how on the back it's like it says Pokemon and it has the Pokeball and it's like up and down. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. That might be a fake. That might be a fake card because we used to get cards like that all the time back in the 90s and 2000s. We used to get them at swap meets and they were like sticker cards. Like you might be able to peel it and it's probably a sticker. But yeah, it's probably a fake card because real cards don't have that. But I would say Google and look that up just to be sure because it might be a really rare card that I don't know about. But yeah, how much did you pay for it? That's what I'm worried about. That's really interesting. But yeah, I don't know. That's unboxed it. Oh, it's an Indian card? I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. It might not be real. Uh-oh. Is it rare on their standards? Look it up though. Like just do some research because I don't know, man. I feel like whether it's Japanese or the English cards are not supposed to be hollow on the back. The back is supposed to all be the same. And then like since they're all the same, they should the front's supposed to be holographic or should be like full art or whatever. If that makes sense. But yeah. It's kinda crazy. It's summer. You love me too, Nuria. What? Nuria, what's going on? I appreciate you being here, but thank you. 3K. Are you sure it's 3K? The card is worth 3K. But yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know. I've never heard of that though. Like, if even though Japanese and English cards are supposed to be hollow and full art on the front, so that's my 3. Oh, it's worth 3K. What the hell? That's pretty cool. I mean, if it's legit, I would go ahead and try to make some money off of it. But make sure you show the back too. Make sure you show the legitimacy if that's what it is. I've never heard of that. It's English. No, whether the measures for my birthday, but her world, it was of 1/41 of the minute circulation of pro. Bro, you are writing some gibberish. Nuria Kasange, bro, that is some gibberish. I don't know what's going on. Is Charizard's rare? Charizard's are rare, man. Charizard is probably one of the more sought out cards. Charizard's, Pikachu's, and Mew's. Charizard, Pikachu, Mew, and then any other card that's like a fandom. Well, see, it depends. You say you have 9 Charizards. It depends on the Charizard. It really depends on the Charizard. But Summer, what's crazy? So Summer, I did a live, right? Around 10 o'clock. And then I'm just sitting there talking to myself for like 4 to 10 minutes. And I'm like, damn, nobody showed up. And then later on, I end up getting breakfast. Nobody shows up. I'm like, okay, maybe it's the reception. I don't think so. I got 4 bars. And then later on after that, I'm like walking down the park. It's been an hour. I was like, damn, nobody showed up for an hour. And then I did a full 2 hours. Like nobody showed up. So I was just entertaining myself, having fun. So the last one was just me having fun by myself, which is hilarious. And I'm like, I don't know if it's the settings that I have because I switch. The thing is, for the channel, I'm not. I was looking up tutorials for beginner channels. Yeah, black, orange, and others. Okay. I don't see. I'm not sure. I just know like the more original Charizards are worth more than the more recent ones. The recent ones you can get anywhere from $100 to $400. So yeah, it depends. Jensen, what's going on? Talk to me. It's early right now, but go ahead and talk to me. You know, what's going on there? Trying to cross the street. I might die crossing the street, man. Let me get her over here. You got a problem? Listen, we all got problems. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't solve yours. But yeah, it's really interesting, man. So I was doing the live on my own the whole time for like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that live all by myself, and I was messing around with the green screen. So I might play around with it later today. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. We shall see. I don't know how I have a Pikachu that has paintbrush in Japanese. I mean, that's the thing, right? These are what you're describing as rare cards because it's the Illustrator Pikachu. But the issue with that is like, as long as it's legit. So if you have legit stuff, if it's not coming from other random countries like India, like you said before, I think you're okay. But if not, then I can't help you with that. But it sounds like you got some rare shit. You know, just because it's in English, you got to think about manufacturing, and there's certain numbers and certain things, details on the card you got to look up and look into. But just look into that. You know, it sounds like you got some rare shit. And if it's true that you got some rare shit, I hope you get rich. I hope the best for you. Oh, you said Japanese. My bad. Pocket monsters. If it says, I don't know if you know this, but if it says pocket monsters on the back, that's what the Japanese one says. All the Japanese ones say pocket monsters, so that's the Japanese card. As long as it's in good condition, I think you're good. Get that shit graded. Send that somewhere. Get that shit graded. Also, look up the specifics of its legitimacy, the legitimacy of the card. Anyway, what I was saying was because I got a small page. Excuse me. I was looking up information and videos about having a small page. Come to find out, the shit that I was doing for it, like you're supposed to you're not supposed to set it to public. You're supposed to set it to unlisted. That's for people who can't go live. That's my theory, at least. And the fact that I might be able to go live, the fact my live is pretty much set to unlisted because it was an automatic setting. But I switched it back to public, and then now you guys are finding me. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop fucking around with these settings. Whatever I'm doing, I'm already on track. So I don't know, man. I was just kind of, I was like, bro, I miss talking to the chat. I miss having people drop in on me, saying what's up. You know what I mean? Nobody was there. But yeah, Summer. If it says Pocket Monsters in the back, then it's Japanese. If it says Pokemon, that means it's English, or American or whatever. Pretty much everything else. China, I don't know what the fuck they do. Probably says the same shit like Pocket Monsters. That's my theory, at least. I couldn't tell you. You know, I'm not an expert. I just bought a whole bunch of shit early during the Scarlet Violet beginning era, getting two of everything. I just put that shit away. I got it from legit somewhere from like websites, and then when I found out about Tabletop Village, I just spent all my money there because I can get the pre-orders for like $10 to $20 cheaper per box. You know what I'm saying? Booster box, that is. So I decided doing that. I started to do that, I should say. But yeah, sounds like you got some rare shit. So I hope you get paid. I hope you get some money off that if you're cashing out. If not, just save it for the future investment kind of thing. Save it for the future, whatever. Let me know how my reception going. I might just walk up to the park type shit, man. Fuck all this. What time is it? 2:39. Some after school special shit. I'm out in the sunshine. I actually need to go sit in the shade, which I'm sad about because I want to be out in the sun, but it's when it's warm. And then two, because it's so warm, my phone the battery might start draining. Hold on. Yeah, slowly. Yeah, 9 minutes in, we're already at 93, so we'll see how that go. The lighting might be too much. The lighting and the heat might be too much for the phone. So yeah. Remember when people thought Beanie Babies were going to be worth something? There was a time period that they were worth something, and some of the older ones still are, but it's just, it comes down to like buying something and holding on to it. it comes down to things that are like finite supplies and infinite supplies. You know the word infinite, it means like never ending. The opposite is finite. And finite means that there's limited supply. You know what I mean? There's a certain amount and stuff like that has a certain value to it. So things that, you know, those little beanie babies and like those what's the other ones, like the Furbies and shit. Furbies at a time, you know, there was only a small amount because it was only trending during that time period. I mean, another like more recent one would be like Skylander or something that had kind of came and went. You know what I'm saying? So there was a time period that it was just there, it existed, and then it kind of came and went. You know, it was like it was popular. Don't get me wrong, it was popular, but it was a very niche thing. But I found the same thing with like Yokai Watch. You know what I'm saying? I had some Yokai Watch merch from like kids meals and shit. I remember going to Rent and Tech, and I was like, well, I'm trying to get a kids meal because the kids meal is gonna have some toys. So I got me some Yokai Watch stuff, and my shit is kind of dusty. I didn't really take too much good care of it. I should have kept it in the plastic. But those valuable Beyblade stuff and the Happy Meals, those are pretty good too. So you got options, really. I mean, a lot of these things are like you know, limited time offer, limited time supply at those stores. So it just depends what you're getting into. Realistically, it really depends. But yeah, then they moved the damn bench. There used to be like a bench by the tree, under the tree. I ain't going there though, but still, you know what I'm saying? But I think you guys are, you know, excuse me, I got a microphone right here. You guys are missing part of the point here is like, you know, whatever your thing is, invest into it. You know, if you have the money for it, if you have the, you know, if you have extra funds, like, you know, when you leave the house, you should have money to feed yourself and then transportation and shit like that, depending on what it is. If you have a car, obviously, you know what that means. You pay for gas. But when you have extra money on hand, yeah, go invest in some stuff that you know about. Things that you might know about are probably like, you know, Pokemon related stuff, if not whatever your fandom is, like Marvel or some shit. So just stick with that. But these are you got to think about in the long run. Like that's why I used to get two of everything because one I would just enjoy. I would open some cards, some packs of cards. I would enjoy it. The second one I would just kind of keep in the box wrapped up. You know, yeah, and I was just having it. It's pretty much an investment piece. That's what it is. For big stuff like paintings, you can't do that because most paintings are like one of one. You know what I'm saying? Like legit paintings be like one of one art. So you can get like your friend's art or just like you go to like certain galleries and shit, you'll find something. That's a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? That's the reason for that value was like one, it might be the lore of the artist, but more importantly, the art itself is one of one. But yeah, yo, I gotta fuck with these settings a little more because whatever I did messed stuff up, and I might just take the yeah, I might fix this shit, man. I might default some of my little search joints, man, because I'm sad. I'm sad about that. I need to, you know, before like randos used to just find me. Summer's still here. Summer found me. Summer was looking for me. Ligma, I've seen your name before, which is a funny ass name because you don't want to say that out loud. I just said it, but yeah, don't hit me with it. Jensen, Jensen said they have a problem. I'm like, bro, I don't like what. I'm not here to solve shit. Go ahead and tell me, like, what if you're just chilling here? Go ahead and let me know. I know what people want me to say. I'm gonna try to do more of these, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, was it Saturday, Sunday? I'm gonna try to hit y'all with the, you know, for as long as I can make it happen. I'm trying to do whatever I can with it. You know what I'm saying? But for now, I just got this. You know, for now we got it like this going. I don't know if that's rattly. Let me know if the mic is rattly, cause I got it on the zipper. I put that shit right in the zipper. But yeah, man, we chilling right now. I say Yusuke Urameshi because you know the last live was one thing. Yusuke Urameshi came back to life, but the last live, no one could find me. No one saw that shit. Here I am, just back at it. It's crazy, man. And today was the day I was supposed to do live, you know. So today was the day because I was supposed to wait every 4 days. But you know, again, I was talking to like a roadie and everybody. A roadie talked to me during the Monster Hunter stuff, and I was like, should I do it more often? He's like, yeah, you should. I'm like, all right, I guess fuck it. I'm gonna just try to do one a day as much as I can. I'm saying getting back to that, whatever. So here we are, we outside, and the libraries are closed today. So I was supposed to post up, do some Monster Hunter, and then do some logistical stuff on the side for like the next till like about 6 o'clock. So I would have had like 3.5 more hours from now, maybe like 3 hours now. But yeah, I just ended up going home, just sitting there charging up all my devices. Decided to come back out right now. Here we are, man. I might wait, when I get to the hour mark, I might just walk down, hang out at the school because I always get good reception over there. Matter of fact, I don't know. If there's a game going on, I might sit there. If not, I'm gonna just walk back over here. But I'm gonna let my body cool down a bit. I got hella layers on right now, bro. It's kind of warm too. Got a whole sweatsuit on. I'm just like warm. But I'll say Yusuke Urameshi because one, I'm rocking the green, and then two, because the last live I was pretty much a ghost, man. I was just talking to myself for 2 hours. I was like, bro, it's just me. Like I literally sat there and I was in the restaurant. I was like, this it'd be nice to like show my subscribers and stuff like the restaurant, but again, I switched it from public to unlisted, assuming that that would help. I was like, your channel's not that small. If I had a smaller channel, it would make sense to do that because that would mean lives weren't unlocked yet. But now it's like this is what you do when you're past that 500 mark or whatever. So I didn't know that, so I kind of screwed myself over. A lot of productive time that I wasted, just so I got to make up for it. We're gonna try to do hour and a half, if not two, right here. We'll see. We'll keep it on window right here. But yeah, man, I'm chilling right now. I'm posted, man. So you just get at me. Whoever's here, just chilling with me. Otherwise, we just out here in nature, at the park, kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find a little place in the shade so my phone doesn't overheat. My phone starts overheating. It's all bad. But yeah, man. I'm chilling, bro. Whoever drop in on me, drop in. What it is, man. Combination of quality and part of my best quality is the actual silent part. But whoever had any questions, go ahead and get at me. I'm chilling right now. I'm on that Urameshi shit. I was a ghost for a little bit. That shit. That's why I call it Yusuke Urameshi, man. I ain't got no. What did I write? I said the importance of frequencies, and I really just had like these little moments throughout the whole chat where I'm just rambling by myself and then talking shit at the same time. Talking shit, whatever. And then all of a sudden this shit happened. I was like, bro, this is some bullshit. And I knew it. I knew like at least halfway through, at least 30 minutes to halfway through, I was like, I'm pretty sure the fact that my settings are set to unlisted that this is gonna happen. So we back to public, man. My bad, Joe. That's on me. I gave y'all a great stream. It was a great silent stream a couple hours ago, man. But yeah, I actually fixed on my If you go on my channel, you find the Moonstone Island stuff. You'll see that. As a matter of fact, if you go on my channel, go to community post and then just cast a vote on my poll. I got a community poll out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking how many times you guys want me to stream. I'm gonna just keep doing what I can for now. I think most people are leaning towards. It looks like most people are leaning towards every 4 days. But there's a few fans that like they love when I just show up all the time. So I don't know, man. Like I might just try to do one face to face, if not two every day. Like this is the reason why I'm doing the second today is because I got to make it for lost time. I also needed to test if the public and the unlisted stuff was really affecting my live streams, and yes, it was, which is really sad. So here I am. I'm back at it. You got something better to do for your afternoon, man? For Thursday, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and make it happen. If you're on the other side of the globe and it's Friday, hey, man, get your morning right, man. Tap in, whatever. But other than that, man, it's just I'm out here, just chilling right now. I ain't got shit to do. I could have stayed at the house in my room, just recording some gameplay. But I'm like, let me just go outside a little bit, try to redeem myself in terms of that live stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. How's things? Finally, a beautiful day here. Eternal, I'm really happy to hear that. I'm happy to see you, Eternal. Man, Eternal, let me ask you a question while you're here. So the reason why I'm doing this live stream is because I did a live stream at 10 a.m. earlier, and then nobody showed up in the chat for 2 hours. Now here's the thing, I don't think it was public, and I think it's because I set my channel to unlisted. So everything I did, including lives, were set to unlisted, which made me really sad. So I think now that I finally went home and switched it back to public, here we are. Like we're back on track. So that's why you're seeing me do this live right now. I'm making up for lost time. It's sad because literally like hours ago, I'm just sitting in a restaurant grabbing breakfast. It was a really good stream. like the stream started out positive, me talking about frequencies. It started out with me getting breakfast. I was getting like scrambled eggs mixed with like chicken sausage and a side of toast with some raspberry jam bread, a bowl of fruit, like cup of coffee. I got a coffee to go. Everything was flowing so good, so good, so good. I get to the hour mark. I walk to the library. Library is closed for maintenance. All of the libraries are closed for maintenance. I'm like, okay, there's no reason to go to the library today for the first. So I just walked around for another hour, talking to myself. Nobody showed up, no likes. I was like, damn, hold on, what's wrong with my channel? So I'm over here doing logistics when I go home, charging up all my devices. Come to find out, yeah, when I switched it to unlisted and not public, I was following the criteria for a channel that's still building up. I'm not really there. So the fact that I'm past that, I need to keep everything public, especially if I'm going live. So before channels can unlock lives, they got to do unlisted stuff to give themselves a fighting chance for tags and like, what do you call that? People like the traffic and whatnot. So, anyways, Eternal, I say all that to say it's been a really good day, and I was trying to document that really good day for people. But the fact that it didn't work, and then the fact that it didn't go through, I feel like I wasted 2 hours. So I'm trying to waste 2 more hours and make up for lost time here. But that's a whole other story. That's a whole other conversation. I hope your day's been good. I'm happy that things are looking better up there, season wise, weather wise. It's really cool. Hold on, make sure this light is on. Yep, lights on. But yeah, it's been really tricky, man. It's been really tricky right now. I've been like trying to keep myself busy as much as possible. Like, I got to do something every day. I got to put some form of time in, some form of effort in. You know what I mean? Some form of investment. And the actual investments are like, it feels like I'm losing money, but it's really important because let's say like this morning or last night I bought like a Yu-Gi-Oh game off eBay. I was given a reduced price. I took I don't know if I made the offer, but I honored the man. Hold on, 1 second. Yeah, everybody's texting and reaching out to me at the worst time. Let me know if the mic is still on. People calling and texting me at the wrong time, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Your boy is in the building. Your boy's in the building. How you doing, man? Your boy, man. I'm gonna keep repeating myself this whole live. I'm gonna keep repeating myself, but let me know if the mic is on too. Let me know if you can hear me. I did a 2 hour live silently by myself this morning, and then it's because my settings were set to unlisted and not public. I was experimenting with things. You know what I'm saying? Yo, people calling the wrong time. I'm telling you, man, people are hitting me up at the wrong time. It's like, yo, people hitting me at the wrong time. And it's funny because there was a time period where like I would hit people up at the wrong time. And now that I'm busy, now that I got traction and stuff going on, it's like, damn, y'all hit me at the wrong. This is crazy. It's just crazy how that works. But it's funny. It's funny, like when things align, when things line up, they line up. When things align, they align. And it's just like, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy. The other thing too is like when you're not working like the way I am right now, it's really interesting, man. It's like how do I explain it? It's like people just assume you're free. You know what I'm saying? They just assume. But my bad. I'm doing good, man. Just got off work and getting ready to chill some. Hope you guys are doing good. Yeah, it's good to get some time to relax, man. Today, your boy. I'm like this is what I'm gonna say it again since we just got in. Around 10 o'clock, I'm trying to do like an hour live maybe, and then literally like what happened was I was just talking about frequencies and just good energy, just trying to have a positive conversation. And then I'm like, oh, let me go grab some breakfast. I'm documenting myself grab some breakfast. Get some breakfast. I'm eating it. I'm showing it to the camera, etc. I'm eating it. It's like some scrambled eggs mixed with like tomatoes and chicken sausage, and I get like this English muffin with some raspberry cream, a raspberry spread, you know what I'm saying, and a bowl of fruit and a cup of coffee, and then I get another coffee to go. Like it was a great morning, really good morning, all on live, all on the live. And then like an hour in, I'm like, okay, what's going on? It's kind of like nobody's here. Like what's wrong? So I started thinking like it's probably because I switched my page to unlisted and not public, thinking that I was a small channel. I'm not a small channel anymore. You have live streams, so you can't go unlisted. You have to stay public. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Then I just chat with myself for an hour. I mess around with the green screen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, well, now I'm at like 10%, 5%. So I got to go home and charge my phone, charge up my devices, start switching up all my settings. Now I'm back outside right now. So that's what you're seeing right here. I'm just making up for lost time. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's happening. So I'm here in the shade because like now that I'm back outside, all of a sudden it's hella warm. And like my phone is about to like, not, it's not dying right now, but I'm trying to preserve the battery But yeah, man, it's funny. Like again, people are hitting me up. People are hitting me up like now that I'm actually busy and getting the ball rolling. And then the funny part is like, um, that was like the most beautiful, wholesome stream that I ever did. It was like I'm just saying positive shit. I'm like I'm saying bad things and I'm undoing the bad things I'm doing and seeing both sides of the coin. And then I go up and grab breakfast. It was just beautiful. And then like I'm in the park and there was like I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was these moms, but it was like these older women that had these little girls with them. I don't know if they were like a daycare group or something, or if they were just all nannies. But then all of them were dressed like princesses, and they were like collecting flowers and dandelions in the park. I didn't film that, but it was just happening behind me, and I'm like, "Yo, it is a beautiful morning. What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? I had great breakfast. It wasn't like too heavy. Had some coffee, got something to go. The lady who was there, who was hooking me up, I was like, "What?" It was a great day. Little princess toddlers picking up dandelions and making, I guess the nannies, or I'm assuming they were nannies. I don't know. They were just making like necklaces for them. I was like, what? This is some play date shit. I don't know what this is. I don't know anything about this stuff. I walk around. It was all good. Walked to the library. Library's closed down for maintenance day. They're having a maintenance day at each one. So each library's closed down. I was like, okay, that means I can't use any Wi-Fi. So I'm just gonna walk around. I was just enjoying nature. Beautiful, man. It was just beautiful. Yeah, just watching people play tennis. It was just crazy. It's been a great morning. And then I went home, charged my, like I said, charging my devices, and it was kind of like halfway listening to this Boston Celtics documentary in the background. My brother was watching. Yeah, that's pretty much what my day's been, and here I am. It's like doing this, um, enjoying some sun. But yeah, man, hold on. You turn the light. It's a great day, man. I'm telling you, it's all good. It's all good, man. Can't complain. And Mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. Today was a good day, bruh. Didn't even have to bust my AK. Today was a good day. I'm telling you, it's been a great day, man. So I'm just being grateful. I'm very grateful today. Very grateful today. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to pick something to watch in a little bit. Rewatch Tarzan for the first time in a long time. What you talking about? Like the Disney Pixar Tarzan? I haven't seen that in hell long. You can't wait till it's like that here. Oh, right, right. Damn, that's a late spring because it's like May 1st. Oh, that's rough. But I get it, man. It's different seasons, different places. Yeah, your boy. Which Tarzan? You talking about the cartoon one? That's the only one I remember, but it's been a while. Been a while. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a lot of movies since I was a kid. A lot of those movies, I should say. But yeah, the Disney Tarzan movie impressed me so much after not watching it for like 15 years. That's how I felt with like Lion King. I remember I didn't watch Lion King for years, and then I was flying standby. Me and my friend were flying standby. It's funny, one of my friends who called me, him, and was it his wife? We were flying standby to the Philippines, and like from the Philippines, it's like from Seattle to Korea, it's like 16 hours. And because we're going standby, we ended up getting first class. All three of us ended up in first class the second day, and I'm over here like laying back in Delta. We're flying Delta. I'm laying back, turn the seat to a bed, and I'm watching Lion King and shit. This shit was crazy. That was the last time I watched. I remember sitting down watching that shit. It's great grading all the birds and flowers out again. I know it's really good, and like I like hearing them just in the background in general. Just enjoying shit. I'd be looking out for little chicks like a little baby bird and shit that might have fell down. I'd be having to look where I'm stepping because I walk in the grass a lot, like especially under trees. So I always pay attention to small little movements just in case. You know what I'm saying? The crows are the ones that are really swoop at you, man. Like I mean, I've been tapping with crows for a long time since like high school, pretty much. They always be like swooping at my head, and there's like a little baby bird on the ground. I'm like, oh, my bad, my bad. And you can't touch the little baby birds because that's compromising them. You know what I'm saying? Got a little ant on the table. What the fuck? Lion King's pretty solid. The comic relief and music numbers pretty great. Yeah, dude, bro, Simba was a vegan lion. Well, I don't know if he was necessarily vegan because he was still eating bugs, but he was a vegetarian lion. Dude was just eating bugs. He's not really vegetarian. He's just like a non-carnivore for a while. He got his protein from eating beetles, dog. That's where his protein came from. He was like, the amount of meat that y'all eat, and then just let it sit in your stomach and just you be chilling for a while because it's raw meat. You know, he's I'm gonna eat beetles and leaves. That's why he was low key losing fights. The all bug diet. What is that like? What is that? Insectivore or some shit? He's like an insectivore. This dude was like on some arachnivore slash insectivore. Arthrovore? Arthropods? Nah. Is that right? Because not all of them were shelled. Arthropods also gets into like roaches and lobsters or something. It's one of them. It's one of them. He's one of those vores. He was a whole different vor. He went back to his homeland. He's like, damn, this is a whole like I remember these days. These were the carnivore days when I was young, and then I thought they didn't like me no more. I thought because his uncle, remember his uncle was talking that shit. I still haven't watched the new one where they get into Scar's storyline because Scar's the real prince slash king in the making. You know what I'm saying? He was the real one in line. It was really interesting. But yeah, Hakuna Matata type shit. Good times. But yeah, I haven't seen Tarzan in hell long. Every time I think of Tarzan, I just think of Kingdom Hearts. I just think about the Kingdom Hearts days when Tarzan was talking to Sora, and then it was like, oh, he's cussing because you know his little dialogue, his captions were just like different characters and shit, which is funny. I haven't seen the Mufasa movie either. Didn't interest me since it wasn't 2D animated style. Oh, really? It wasn't? It was like 3D. It was probably like 3D or something. That's interesting. But it's funny because so many like YouTube shorts are like they tag the song from there. The the always wish I had a brother song or whatever the fuck. Like I ain't seen the movie. I just keep hearing that shit on every you know, it was like 3D live like action remake. It kind of throws people off, let's be honest. It throws me off a little bit, but I'm still kind of willing to watch it, but like I don't know if I'd like it. I think storyline I probably like it. KH bangers. I remember when we were kids, everybody fucked with the Kingdom Hearts opening. You know, that was like the beginning of like ambient emo. Bro, you remember that shit? Like the Kingdom Hearts opening, like that song. I forgot what it was called, but that was the beginning of ambient emo. You know what I mean? Simple and clean. Is that the name of the song? The there's two versions. There's like a more up, or it has different, like it's really slow. It's like very ambient, and then kind of like not really lo-fi, but it's like more ambient and like kind of like drawn out tones, and then it just gets hella like and then it just kind of picks up a little bit. But it's like a legit score. Yep, exactly that song, and it's that shit was like a different era where people are like, oh, this is some this really is like how to explain it, Square Enix meets Disney or whatever. It really had that feeling. Like they really combined everything. It was like anime and Disney really combined on this one. That was the first Avengers type shit, really. I'm trying to think if there's anything before that. Um, I don't know. Yeah, but that era was crazy. That was a crazy era. And then they had like there's like pretty much two versions of the song. There's like the main one where it deals with like the actual beginning of the game. It's like really drawn out, and then woof. Because like you know the only other song, like they say this all the time, but fuck damn, I forgot the name of that group already. It's gonna piss me off. But you know the song Bohemian Rhapsody. So if you're ever at a store, I mean people don't go to stores anymore, but if you ever want to test out new speakers, you're supposed to play Bohemian Rhapsody. If you play Bohemian Rhapsody, oh work's getting busy. We'll leave you running in the background. My bad. Hold on. Combine universe between complete independent franchise. Exactly. That's the other thing. That's the other big thing. There were two big franchises for what they represented, and then they just met up like that. Um, but what was I gonna say? Oh shit, Bohemian Rhapsody, the song, it covers all different. No. So you're supposed to play the whole song because Bohemian Rhapsody covers everything from highs to lows, and then different levels of has different levels of bass, and then high tones being sang. So there's high tones as much as there's low tones being sang, and then the bass in the songs have different variations. So if you want to test out your speakers, you play the whole Bohemian Rhapsody. So, but I'm saying like that song on there kind of has a very similar thing. Like that it has a very similar vibe, and it's probably shorter than Bohemian Rhapsody because that shit is like 7-8 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But you're supposed to listen to this whole damn thing and kind of just hear like, okay, the lows are a little maybe I'll buy a sub with the speaker. Okay, maybe if I put the speakers here and I put them at an X shape, then I'll get the highs a little better. So it's just I don't know. You'd have to have the whatever for it. Like I'm not a music person really. I just go based off of what I've learned from other interviews and people or shit that people have said. But yeah, but Eternal, thank you. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just hanging out for a little bit, but it literally covers every. And I never thought about it because like there was like an old meme about it that said if you're buying new speakers, play Bohemian Rhapsody. It covers every range that you need. So if you want to know where your bass is at, you want to know where your highs are at, your mids and your eco-friendly sounds and shit like that or whatever. Yeah, just play that shit, and then you can probably run it through like a. I don't know why you would, but you can run it through like maybe even a. There's enough ambience and reverb in the song too, like not overdone like it's not obviously this is pre-auto tune, so it's not overly filtered. The song isn't overly filtered. It's like natural, just and good mixing, which is really tight to think about. And I had to re-listen to that shit, and I was like, yeah, it does have a little bit of everything. There's another song like that. It's Roundabout. I think it's I could be wrong, but I feel like Roundabout has that too. Roundabout's like fucking 7 to 10 minutes. Roundabout by I forget the name of the band, but the album cover is just like the world, like the planet or something. But Roundabout's like a rock song that I think touches everything too. I think it gets into every form of like it switches up a lot. There's a lot of good songs like that. All kind of from the same era, like that 70s, 80s. I like 80s era. I like that cheesy pop. I like pop cheesy stuff. Stuff that like I hate to say it. They were sniffing drugs to it. Like I hate to say it, but like that cheesy motivational pop stuff, and because they had nothing else to believe in. Nowadays people have they have less to believe in. So when they get high, they're just like down. All drugs are like downers now. They're like fake uppers. They just make you worse, which is crazy. Crazy. Excuse me. Queen. There we go. God damn it. Freddie Mercury was cooking for real. They were cooking in that era. Hey, yo. Yeah, man. That was an interesting. I haven't watched that movie either. Still haven't watched that movie. But yeah, I grew up on so much different music. Like when people are like, "What's your favorite genre?" I was like, "I don't really know." I remember when I was a kid, they would ask me that shit. I was like, "I don't. I like a certain artist." You know, I haven't seen the Queen movie, but boy, did they make some crazy iconic music. Yeah, definitely. I think the more I think about it, and this isn't like a slight to Prince, but Prince is like one of my favorite artists, and but Prince does it at like a high quantity quality pace. Does that make sense? And like I I like that kind of like Prince gives you a lot about himself to study, if that makes sense. Like if you listen to what album is that? Sign of the Times. That's one of the CDs I bought when I was hanging out with my friend in West Seattle. I don't know if Easy Street Records is still there. I think it still is, but we went there and I was like, I decided to spend $100 on CDs. I was like, well, I need to get this Prince, I need to get this Jodeci, I need to get all this. So I'm buying all these albums. I was either with her or my dad. It was one of the days. But anyway, Prince Sign of the Times, like there's a wide array of like music on that album, and it's like double disc. So it's like two different discs, and I can imagine if it was vinyl form, it's probably like two or four vinyls. Who knows? Because there's some albums that are so long where there's like four vinyls because they're trying to fit space on the. I don't think I've listened to Prince. I have to put them in the background this week. Um, you never listen to Prince at all? Is that what you're saying? Because if you haven't listened to the hits and B sides, it's like a 3 disc album. The hits and B sides, it's like disc 1, 2, and 3, and it pretty much just has all of his hits. I'm pretty sure you've heard his music around, but he's done such a wide array of like musical styles. But one thing he does all the time is it's weird shit, so I fuck with it. And then two, it's funky, so he never gets rid of the funk. And like when I was a kid, I didn't understand how much I liked funk. So when people are like, "What's your favorite kind of music?" I was like, "I don't know. I feel like I like certain artists." So I'm always gonna like mainstream music because it's like upbeat, even mainstream hip hop. But a lot of it is like my favorite music that isn't mainstream is just funky shit. Like anything that has to do with funk. Because like as a kid, my dad, I remember this day like yesterday. I never forget this day. Like I don't know why, but my dad, he's really good at cooking, so he's always cooking shit in the kitchen. And this is when I learned that he was good at baking food because I thought baking was like some female shit. This dude made these bomb ass like blueberry muffins. I just remember the shit. He was just baking them in the oven. But he always had these speakers in the living room, and he'd always be blasting music. So he'd always be blasting like rock and roll, and like I used to listen to like pretty much all like the 70s, 80s rock bands, like all the everything from classic to soft rock to the passionate shit. and then everything from that to like Santana. Like he used to be playing all this fucking rock and roll music. But Santana, Santana covers like 3 or 4 genres at once. He's a whole nother monster. Um, and then you get like randomly he started playing some George Clinton, like Parliament Funkadelic and shit. What the fuck? He started playing some Parliament Funkadelic, and this is the first time I'm listening to like I'm a little kid listening to Atomic Dog. I'm like, what the fuck? This shit is blowing my mind right now. Like I'm freaking out just listening to this shit, and I'm smelling I'm smelling blueberries being cooked like blueberry muffins being cooked in the kitchen, and then I'm hearing Atomic Dog. So like they say like this chill, bro, chill. There's a big old bumblebee out here, bro. Bumblebee trying to sting me, man. But there's like a they say that like the smell triggers memories or something like that. Like it has something to do with like memories. So let's say for example, if you had like a lot of tragic incidents that dealt with like smelling stuff. Like for example, growing up, my mom was handicapped, so I remember in the living room we had to have one of those like little makeshift toilets in the living room. And I remember having to like drag the little bucket as a little kid downstairs and then tip it into the toilet and let it flush itself. Basically throwing my mom's shit out. That's how fucking handicapped she was. And I remember the smell of piss and shit always pissing me off because it just made me think like I hate the living situation that we're going through right now. So it's triggering all the time. But the smell of blueberry muffins, on the other hand, always makes me think of like Atomic Dog, George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic. Like, it makes me think of good times because I remember same era, like literally a week before, a day before, my dad buying me this fire truck. So I'm playing with this fire truck. I'm listening to Atomic Dog and I'm smelling blueberry muffins. But I'll never forget that day. It just everything was lined up. That was like synchronous. That was my first like positive synchronization in life where I realized like, oh yeah, this is all lining up right now. This is some good shit. Even ever since then, I've never stopped eating blueberry muffins. I rock with these. I don't know what it is. It could be like the most trash blueberry muffin. I'm still gonna eat it just because that's that first synchronization, childhood, whatever memory. Saying amongst other bad shit. But that's like good amongst bad. I'm gonna value that more than anything all the time. Saying? I thought it was a bird, but anyway, I was gonna say, oh shit, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I just realized it's just whatever anything like that time period let me know like if it's funky, I like it. And other than that, I've always liked lyrics. I'm always into lyrics and like I don't know, metaphors and shit. I always like metaphors and funk and metaphors. That's all it is. And I'm trying to think who does the best at that. Probably some West Coast shit. That's probably all it is. There's a bunt. Bun, let me know if I'm reading that right. Cake place here, which bakes blueberry muffin style cakes. Blueberry muffin style cakes is crazy. I like that. I like the sound of that. Bunt. Am I reading that right? Let me know. Um, there's a bunch. I'm trying to think what word that would be. Is that something? It might be something I don't know. BUNDT. Yeah, but I like that smell. It's something about it. I'm trying to think of it. There was another time. A lot of it does relate to food, if not the smell of food. The more I think about it. So like, and I think about this where it's like, yeah, bunt cakes are those ugly night mail. Oh, I see what you're saying. The night mail shaved cakes with the big holes in the middle. Ooh, can you sound out how to pronounce it? Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say that they do kind of remind me very like spongy kind of cakes. I like those. I like those. Oh, Tall Rob, welcome back, man. Welcome back. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you being here, Rob. I do remember them being kind of not like wet, but like yeah, like spongy or whatever. Bunt. Okay. 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 I was gonna go like full, bunt or whatever, but I think bunt is right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, man. That's pretty cool, man. I like that. I like that. I like that. I was gonna say, what's really interesting is this is why I don't even really like researching and looking at music anymore, unless it's an artist I really like or like a rapper I really like. And the reason why I say that is because I learned a few things. A lot of people will have these weird like the fuck. Okay. A lot of people have these things where it's like you show them new music and they don't care, but if you're someone that they care for, they'll consider it. For example, when I was a kid, people would show me music, but they wouldn't be like, "Hey, check this out." They would just be playing it. They would just play it right away. Back then, it was just like, now in this era, it's more about the aux cord. If you have the aux cord, you got to play some fly shit or some fire shit, whatever. Just like who's this? More importantly, You just got to play the hits. And the thing about the hits is the hits are usually just tied to people in their childhoods growing up. So if you're growing up and you're just you're playing basketball on the fucking at lunchtime, and then they're playing the radio, you're just gonna remember all the radio hits. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it used to be. Like just on the playground or inside the gym. Like pre and post gym class, people were just playing the radio, and we were just listening to radio hits as we are playing basketball, or it's right before school starts and you're listening to the radio. Sometimes your school bus driver's playing the radio. You know what I'm saying? So we just got this shit stuck on our head. But a lot of that is just like, do I like this era? Do I miss this era of music? Was it really good? Or is it just like, it's really just tied to a memory? So a lot of good music is tied to good memories. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good music is tied to good smells. Like you were in certain places and it smelled good. Like you're in a restaurant, it smells really good. That's why a lot of Spanish music and a lot of Brazilian music is really good, because it's like you'll be at the restaurant hearing it for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, what song is this? You know what I'm saying? Or like, there's I forgot the dude's name, but I have it saved in one of my kind of I forgot what I named this shit, man. I got like a playlist of like Spanish, Brazilian music, but also just straight up island music in general, because there's some Hawaiian Samoan singers on there too. Um, but this is one dude who I forgot the name of the song, man. That's gonna bug the hell out of me. I be throwing these playlists on a shuffle all the time, so I always forget the names of these artists. But dude was basically talking about me gusta all this stuff. He said me gusta everything, and then the other crazy part about it is the people in the background for the YouTube shorts that I found it on, they were just cooking. So it's like really good memories. I don't know. I was having a great time with Fortnite back when Bruno Mars dropped Skate a little while back. They made it in. Oh, yep. That's half of what I think of with the song. Yeah, that's really interesting, because it's like, and that's the thing where it's like, with obviously with mainstream music, you're gonna find it and hear it everywhere. Like I think a lot about I remember one time me and my girlfriend were fighting, and then there was some Bruno Mars song that like it just came on. Like we were fighting, and then for whatever reason, I'm like, I'm gonna just. I don't even feel like going home. I just went to my workplace and I slept there before it was time to clock in. And I remember just kind of being emotional or sad or whatever. And then I remember like sitting in the little cafeteria area where I could sleep. And then they were playing some sad ass Bruno Mars song in the background. And every time I hear that song, I'm like, I just think about that night for whatever reason. Like the night we had like a weird argument and disagreement. I don't know, it seemed a little strange. But on the other hand, there's other good Bruno Mars songs where there's like good memories, which is funny. But I thought about that too. There's other ones that give you like sad memories and shit, which is hilarious. But what was I gonna say? Like that's why it's hard, because it's like with more underground music and music that gets less recognized, you almost have to go out your way to look for it. But the thing is, doing the research, it's like it's more personal. You know what I'm saying? It's more personal. What's it called? How do you call this? Like it doesn't really tie with like a good time, like a collective good time, or like a collective good memory. So a lot of songs are like, there's deeper Parliament funkadelic cunts. Excuse me, I almost said cunts. Deeper Parliament funkadelic cuts that are like more on the uplifting side and more like the liberation and civil rights side of stuff, and like that era of music that like people wouldn't know about unless you actually went and did the research. So there's that too. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact that I went to do the research, but I wasn't experiencing the song for the first time at Woodstock is different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very mindful of that too. You used to make fun of people who played Fortnite. Now I got skins and battle passes. It's like that sometimes, man. It's like that. And like I don't. Yeah, I try not to knock shit, because like I used to be that kind of person with mainstream music. Like I used to listen to a lot of Cash Money growing up, and that was like as mainstream as I got in terms of hip hop. It's just flossy music, and you know what I'm saying. And it's like, but then like when you grow out of it, you start having, I don't say disrespect, but like criticisms of mainstream shit. It's like, man, y'all still listening to that shit, man? Just that's like when I was a kid type shit. That's how I used to feel. Cash Money it's still it, bro. Like to this day, Manny Fresh is still my favorite producer. It goes Manny Fresh, Swiss Beats, and then I don't know who's next. Maybe Jay Dilla or Pete Rock or something like that. It might be Pete Rock. I don't know. That's tough. That's like, but it's always gonna be Manny Fresh, Swiss Beats for me. Miku changed the landscape for so many. I haven't played in a few years now though. PC Wi-Fi having. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, boy. You know what's funny? So there's like a group chat. It's like me and then like pretty much all the reliable people that always show up aside from me to Tabletop Village. It's pretty much a group chat with all like 5 of us. I don't know even know the fucking amount. But I just made a group chat because I was like, okay, I'm a moderator, so now I have to like create the event spaces. But the people who are really in charge of this are Lily and Z. So I wanted to make sure they had their own group chat, and I just asked them like, who are we missing to include in here? So we just started adding a good amount of people, right? Anyway, Mars is in there, and Mars is asking us like, how was SoccerCon, and what kind of cosplays did you see? I was like, I just saw the cosplays that I knew about. Like I didn't, I don't be knowing shit. I just saw a lot of Gones and Luffy's and shit like that, and what I'm saying? I just knew the shit that I knew. Remember, we were walking around. Me and your boy, shout out to your boy. We were walking around um, SoccerCon, pretty much like Friday, Saturday. Yeah, pretty much like 2 days in a row, more or less, just tapping in with each other. Pause. And it's like Mars asked like, did you see any Mikus? Or I don't know if it was Mars or someone else. It was like maybe it was Lily, and I was, did you see any Mikus? I was like, I don't even know who or what that is. And they're like, how do you not know about Miku? And I was like, see, I'm not tapped in with like I'm not on social media. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing unless someone shows it to me. And that's what I mean with music. It's like I don't even like really look for I don't really look up and research music unless I really like the artist. It's like I've been, I was tapped in with Kendrick Lamar since 2010, 2011, because my friend, he got kicked out of his house. His mom kicked him out the house, sent him back to the Bay to live with his dad. And then when he was down in Oakland, he became like a music. He was in high school, but he became like a music. The people that mix and master your music, like he became like a producer, like on that to that degree. So he was mixing and mastering a lot of people's stuff. Um, he was mixing and mastering a lot of people's stuff. So he was in the music scene so much that he learned about Trinidad James before Trinidad James blew up. He knew about 2 Chainz albums before they came out because they were working with 2 Chainz, and then he knew about Kendrick Lamar on the underground slowly coming up. And this is like 2010ish because he got kicked out. You know what I'm saying? We started learning about overly dedicated Section 80 early, so I'm tapped in with him for a long time. Freddie Gibbs tapped in with Freddie Gibbs for a long time. Vince Staples tapped in with Vince Staples for a long time. So these are like the 3 main artists that I kind of just stay listening to because they're just consistent on that level. But everything else outside of that, you got to feature on like Smino's stuff because I heard about Smino only because my homie's girlfriend is from St. Louis, so that's how I heard about it. And then like but again, that's why I don't research stuff or research or like look into like certain stuff like the Miku things and just all the other stuff that I don't know the reference points about, because unless someone is sitting down with me and sharing that moment with me, then I don't know or care. But also, I've come to learn with a lot of anime stuff because people wanted to show me all this slice of life anime stuff. I'm like, bro, if that slice of life anime doesn't have a purpose, I'm not even gonna watch it. I was talking to Z about this before. I was like, because Z really likes Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I'm like, that's one of my top like 3 or 5 animes ever because it has purpose to it. It has like, it gives, it has like it's written with like good, I don't explain it. It's like it's not just some dilly dally show. Like it has like a beginning, middle, end, and it has like actual you know what I'm saying? It has substance to it. And there's something about those animes that I only care about. It's like if I'm gonna sit there and watch a cartoon, bro, you gotta have something to it. That doesn't say that's not to say I can't enjoy. That's not to say I've never enjoyed SpongeBob or like when Powerpuff Girls was playing or like Courage the Cowardly Dog or even Courage the Cowardly Dog had some substance and like taught you to like not be scared type shit. You know what I'm saying? Samurai Jack had purpose to it, had substance to it to some degree. As silent as that show was, you know what I'm trying to say? Like a lot, but again, those shows were enjoyable because the good memories and good childhood memories were tied to it. If that makes sense. Simpsons, another one. Yep, Simpsons again. That's tied with just me watching TV with my mom and my brother. It's just good times. It has that memory to it. But to sit down with an anime with like intentions, or sit down with like a TV in general with intentions, is really hard because it's like it has to mean something. It's like, man, I feel like I'm just watching some weird. I think the last thing I watched like that was probably like Parks and Recreation. That was just like killing time, before work, after work, and before school, after school, just watching Parks and Recreation and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that like there's you're just watching people live their job and it's comedic. Like that's like the most. And then like you said Simpsons, you made me think of some other thing. Futurama's my shit. But Futurama's another pastime. So it's really hard for me to get into like I really have to share good times with people and then they show me that music. Or we share good times together, music's in the background. Or we share good times together, you show me some new shows. Share good times together, shows in the background, and we're just hanging out watching it. It's just really like that's just how my brain is geared towards. It's like if it has nothing to do with like a collective whatever thing, then it's like a boom. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do a little bit of crying at an anime, Makia, When the Promised Flower Blooms, is a banger. If we're ever hanging out, you might just have that's the thing, right? So with that being said, I probably won't look it up. But like if we're ever just hanging out ever in the future and we just play it in the background, I'm probably gonna peep it. You know what I mean? It's like I, I give you a good example. Like You ever be around like teenagers that are like always trying to be on their phone? Like my niece and nephews were kind of like that, and they're like, "Hey, you guys want to go hang out and go to the mall or something? Should we go to the park?" Like the fact that you're posing it as a question, they're probably not gonna do it. They'd rather just stay home and stay on their phone. But if you just go up to those nieces and nephews, like, "Hey, we're going to the park. Get off your ass," and then you take them to the park and they have like a good time, opposed to like giving them the idea of them not premonition, but like expecting a good time or expecting a funny time or whatever, like a bad time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't give them the option. So this one of those, like when I'm kind of just living life and just kind of experiencing and living, that's how it happens. You know what I mean? Like one of these, like there were certain albums that this is back when I had Twitter. I remember back when I had, and I'm to this day I'm still a big Kendrick fan. Like for like the past 15 years, it's like 15, 14 years, right? But I remember when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, and that's my favorite Kendrick album. When that first came out, the amount of people that I was following on Twitter, but that I actually knew in real life, and the fact that I knew that they were kind of like mainstream type of people, the fact that they really liked To Pimp a Butterfly, I was like, I'm gonna take my time. I'm not gonna look forward to listening to it. I'm not gonna look forward to listening to it yet because I know I'm gonna like it. It's a long kind of explanation. I just knew I was gonna like it. The album comes out, and then I'm just hearing things here and there. I'm hearing certain singles, and then we're in the car, like me and my friends, after we left like some kind of a social whatever meeting kind of thing. And then we go to McDonald's and we're just sitting there, and I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to eat McDonald's. I might eat some fries though. They're over here getting ice cream. I'm just sitting in the van, just waiting for everybody to come and grab their food. I'm sitting there listening to the album in the van, like half high. I'm like half high listening to shit like, oh, this shit's fucking banging right now. What the fuck? So that's when I really gave it a chance because it was just like I have to be around these good moments where I get ushered in. You know what I'm saying? It's just required. It's just required. I mean, there's certain albums that like my brother will play in the background. As long as he's not running his mouth and talking about it, then I'll give it a listen. But if he's sitting there trying to explain like why it's like, if you have to explain it to me, then you know it's whack. You know what I'm saying? You know it's trash. If you have to explain a movie or a show to me while it's happening, you know it's whack. I'm like, yeah, just let me enjoy it. Just let me enjoy it, man. If you're over here trying to, it's either that or you're just insecure about the shit you watch. And if you are, then don't be watching in front of people. That's a whole other story and conversation. But some people be like that, man. Some people will sit there and I don't know what the word is, but But I'm one of those, man. You got to do. I forgot how we got here. We got here because we're talking about like Queen and Prince, which is funny. Queen and Prince, and then yeah, man. It's just anything funky, anything like it doesn't have to be mainstream, but anything just like it's got to be bopping. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be just. It's got to have vibes to it. It's got to be good. I like funky music. And then in terms of yeah, anime, it's just interesting. I kind of just stay down the Togashi line, like Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, things like that. I mean, all the old shonen stuff I grew up on, I'll probably check it out. But even then, like to ask me to sit down in front of the TV for an hour to watch 2 episodes or 3, that's a lot because I can just do an hour's worth of gameplay and then record it, document it, and put it on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think of my time now. I'm like, people are like, you watch Yellowstone, you watch this stuff. I'm like, listen, if I'm ever at your house and I'm stuck, just play that shit in the background. Don't be asking me questions. Like my cousin would always ask me like, have you heard about the show? Do you want to watch it? I was like, just fucking play it. Just fucking play it, because like there's nothing, like I'm sitting in your living room. There's nothing I can do. It's like I can just leave, but I'm here chilling. Just do what you do, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna leave. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude. That's just who I am. It's like, so just play that shit. If you're like, you want to hear this, like, don't ask me questions, man. Just do it, and I'm gonna let you know if I don't fuck with you no more. That's it, and I'll leave it at that. So, because when I'm doing my thing, I'm just doing my thing too. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to my stuff, and if I ever get my car, I'm gonna be listening to my shit in my car. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be like, "What's this?" I'm like, "This is some shit I stay listening to." You know what I mean? But that's who I am, man. It's like just people always ask me questions and stuff like, just do it. Whatever you do, just do it in front of. Because you know me, I'm not too judgy. I'm not a judgy person, man. I'm whatever you're into is whatever you're into. But if it doesn't coincide with me, man, I might let you know, or I might just leave. But it's hard for me, man. I have a really hard time sitting still. I forgot who it was. Someone was trying to tell me, you're listening in the car as we speak. Let's go, Cash. How was your shift? How was your shift, Cash? Yeah, Cash. I was like, I have a heart. Like when people talk about like all the mainstream shit happening, like, or not just mainstream, but like stuff that happens on TV and new TV shows and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, that basically means that you're just telling me you have hours. That means that you have hours to sit down in front of the couch, excuse me, in front of the TV on the couch and whatever, and just do that. But I'm like, I'm more of a podcast listener because I can listen to the podcast while I'm playing the video game as I'm recording it on the Elgato. Does that make sense? I can listen to the podcast. Like I was listening to a podcast like yesterday or 2 days ago while I was doing logistical stuff on my YouTube channel, while I'm uploading stuff, and then while I'm playing Monster Hunter in the background. I can you know what I'm saying? Because I can listen as I play, etc. Whoop whoop whoop. The audio is run through the fucking you know what I'm trying to say. Erodi's back in the house. What's good, Erodi? Erodi, you keep changing the name. What's going on, man? What you doing, man? Erodi, I'm back. I'm back, man. I saw your comment yesterday. You were like, I should go live more often. I'm like, all right, here I am, bro. I'm right here. So I'm sad about Jax, though, man. I'm sad about Jax, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? The cash. I know you're driving, so don't worry about typing and trying to get you in trouble. I was saying this in the last live, man. My guy Hyo Lee, he be filming himself 4 6 hours a day type shit. And this guy got his phone in his hand while he's clutching the steering wheel. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, but he's in Korea, so it's different over there. I don't know. It's fucking different. They're on a different type of time, but I don't know, man. It's hard, man. I think growing up, I used to sit there and watch Fresh Prince for hours. I let that shit run in the background before I left the house and enjoyed some sunlight kind of days like this. I'd watch Yu Yu Hakusho for hours before I'd go outside, enjoy days like this. I used to watch Evangelion for hours, Evangelion, whatever, for hours before I went outside and enjoyed days like this. And I started realizing I was like, okay, I would do that. Then I'll sit there, get on the DS, play Pokemon Diamond or some shit for like hours before I went outside and enjoyed days like this. I'll sit there, play Contact, The World Ends With You on the DS before I went outside and enjoyed days like this. Pokemon Black and White 1 and 2 before I went outside and enjoyed days like this. Those are hours. And that's why when you see me drop all this content of gaming, hour long of Dragon Warrior Monsters, hour long, 30 minutes, 40 minutes of Pokemon Gold, Blue, Fire Red, whatever it is. When you see me doing that, it's me reclaiming the time and sharing that sharing that experience with y'all. You understand? Like that's the important part to me because it's like whatever you would normally do, what's wrong with doing that and showing the world about it? Because the RPGs are like that's a pastime for me. That's something I do. Why not share that with people? Beyblade is something that we do. Why not share that with people? Why not show them what the community is, where it's at, how it exists, what it looks like there, what the gameplay is? You see what I'm trying to say? These are things that normally would be like, back in my day, like our generation would be antagonized by our parents, like, oh, you guys are playing video games. Damn, I got this little bug on the screen. Get out of there. Parents would be like, oh, you're playing video games all day. What are you gonna do with it? And it would fuck up. I ain't gonna say fuck up our self-esteem, but it'd fuck up our value system. And it would be like, yeah, you know what? I guess this really ain't shit because at some point I'm gonna have to be someone who works. But then come to find out, you could be someone that streams it and chops it up with kids on live, etc. And you kind of letting them know, like, you can stay out the way, stay out of trouble, and enjoy yourself, enjoying this game, and having a good time with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Doing lives like this, whatever. So it's really interesting that like it was a weird kind of, when you're born in the '90s, that's the barrier you're kind of dealing with is like what's the line between enjoyment and productivity. So I have a hard time like with TV shows because I'm like it's more for consumption than it is anything. Maybe if I was doing a reaction channel, probably I would enjoy some shows. I'd probably enjoy some animes. But even then, I'm like, I need a better household kind of situation. Saying I'd have to do the Twitch stuff. So I'm slowly getting there, but who knows, man? We'll find out in the future, man. I'm not putting anything above anything. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Some things may be on the table, may not. I don't really know. We shall see, basically. Oh, I need something to drink, man. I've been over here rambling. But yeah, man. I look back at the times and the years. I look back at the times and the years that I was just sitting around. And I don't regret it because it's like there was a time period I was just depressed, just sitting around in the room, playing the same albums over and over, playing the same NERD albums, Nerd, playing the same Nas albums over and over. Oh, I remember when this Lupe album came out when I was in high school, middle school. I remember when this Quali shit came out. This Common shit was same era. This Kanye album, this trilogy. Let me listen to the trilogy. All while I'm sitting there playing a video game. And I can do the same shit now, but now I can like Elgato screen capture the shit and then have it documented and then categorized into this my library of content where people can view it. Because you got to remember like the reason why that's important to me. I'm doing that shit in 2025, but back in 2020, back in 07, 08, I remember just like staying home sick from school, just sitting on the fucking computer because that's, I finally first got internet at the house at like 07, 06 or something like that. And I remember just sitting there on MySpace, and then MySpace put me down a rabbit hole to find Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and 3, the old Super Nintendo gameplay. Then I'm looking at Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest for 4, 5, and 6. I'm like, damn, I never played 4, 5, and 6. It's a whole different world. I'm watching the gameplay, the boss battles. It's all in Japanese. People in the comments translating it like, hey, this was the when you got to fight so and so. You got to fight a McDougal, whatever the fuck his name is, the giant dog with bat wings and shit. It's like a little giant dog. Look at the size of a tower. You got to battle this dude in one of the levels. He's one of the bosses. You got to deal with him, and then all the other bosses I saw that were things you can catch and tame as monsters in the monsters game. So like I'm watching, like I'm going down this thing, and I'm like, this is all someone who found it important because it's part of their hobby and something that's part of their pastime to play this game, record it, document it, and put it on the internet. This is '07. '07, I'm seeing shit of games that came out in like the late '80s and '90s. So I'm like, wait, why can't I do the same? Why can't I reclaim my childhood and share that with y'all with the interpretation of who I am as a person now? Because back then I would have made a team of 6 Pokemon, including Nidoking. Nidoking is a glass cannon. You can't change your name. You know why? Because you keep changing your name, Marody. If you keep on changing it, they're gonna sit there and be like, hey, this account keeps on trolling. That's what they think. They think you're being a trolls. So they're gonna keep on for 4 days. Yeah. If you keep changing your name, they're like, this is a trolling account right here. So you got to get him out of here, type shit or whatever. Excuse me. But yeah, but that's what it is, man. So that's my whole thing with the RPG stuff. Anyone who's doing any RPG stuff, anyone that's doing any form of reclaiming, like I don't care if like you could be in your house, you could be at the house, right? And if like, you guys got a ritual of doing something, like every Sunday we come by and we do this. There's nothing wrong with documenting it as long as it's okay with the people you're documenting. But at the same time, it's like just understanding that this stuff is like a moment in time, man. That's why I don't know your boy. I don't know if you're still there hanging out, but if you are, I think it's called Vampire Robot or some shit. That channel that I sent you in DM a long time ago. They got footage from the late '70s, '80s, and '90s straight up camcorder stuff. I'm like, damn, we gotta do the same now. We literally have a camera in our hands. Why can't we do that? And that's what that looks like. It's like me playing old shit that I grew up on that makes sense for my childhood or whatever, and sharing my, because the way you play a role playing game, it's your role playing the game. That's what the RPG is, and it's your interpretation, it's your personality, it's your interpretation of that character because you're just looking down on them type shit. We've gone back a couple times. It's really cool stuff. It's really interesting, man, because it's like straight up just like shit that I remember. Like, oh yeah, this is McDonald's Jack in the Box in the '90s, or going to Sears in the '90s. I remember going to Sears with my mom and just like how quiet that store was, especially in like the refrigerator, and we always be in the refrigerator section trying to get some new shit because our shit would break down, or we'd go to like the new washer and dryer because our shit would always break down in the basement. The house would be leaking all the fucking time. Have you guys worked out how to get Mike working for the Let's Play? I gotta talk to Cash is right now probably listening, but Cash was gonna try to talk to me about that. But I need to go buy a new mic. Like I was talking to some other people, I gotta buy this. I forgot what mic I'm about to get, but more, I think even better, I'm about to get a headset. I'm probably just gonna get a headset, bro. So it's probably a lot more convenient to just rock a headset and do it like that. That's what I'm thinking. Because I want to record that. I think the actual gameplay stuff, like the reason why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it is, or like not the live shit, but the gameplay that you guys usually see me do. The reason I'm doing it the way I'm doing it is because like that's the shit that I used to see growing up in middle school. You know what I'm saying? Sick from work. I mean, not sick from work, sick from school, and just sitting there, just sitting on MySpace and YouTube, just going down. You know what I'm saying? Just going down the line or whatever. School's over. School's over, Amaya. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Amaya. What time is it? But yeah, man. That's what it is, man. It's very important. It's like what's important to you, what's wrong with not like documenting it and trying to get monetized off it. But I was talking to someone the other day about this. I was like, I understand the path I'm going because I'm not trying to do clickbaity stuff. I'm also not trying to do like clickbaity thumbnail shit to build traction or whatever. If it reaches people, it reaches you. If it's under your whatever, it'll find you. Like I really don't care, but I just don't want to I don't want to lie. You know what I'm saying? So my content's gonna look the way it looks, and it's gonna be the way it is, and it's gonna be what it is, man. And if people find it, they find it. They rock with it, they rock with it. But other than that, man, you get out of school at 2. Hold on, man. What time is it right now? Over here it's 3:39. So I don't know where you live at, but damn. I say school's been out for a while. What we got, man? Damn, yeah, nice ass car. But summer, man. If it's this warm right now, I know summer's about to be like hot. I already know. I got layers right now, man. I already know. I I got layers, man. Let's go. That's just crazy. School at 2. Have you been out of school for the past two, like 1 hour and a half? Is that what you're saying? I don't know if I'm reading that right. It says 2. Okay, so an hour and a half. Yeah, you gotta do your homework first. Make sure you do your homework and all that first. But yeah, I don't know. I have to put it the way it is, man. And I gotta just keep creating because it's like I don't know, man. If I as long as I got time in the day, as long as I have time in the day, I just gotta create. I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not doing the gaming stuff, I'm doing some form of recording. I'm also just doing random 1 hour recordings here and there. I did one. Fuck, I think like last week. I don't even know. It's like last week or something, man. Excuse me. Did like last week, and I was looking at the whatever, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't something I'm gonna put out right now. I'll put it out in the future. So that's what I was telling Cash a long time ago. I got stuff coming out in 2030. Nobody even knows about. That's something, I was looking at the stuff I have on schedule. I got like 40 something shorts, maybe YouTube shorts, just straight up Beyblade shit and all that. And then I got like just straight up videos in terms of gaming content and other things that I've created, just documented over time. Probably like 40 or 50 of those on schedule too. So it's just like 80 to 90, just to be safe. 80 to 90 videos on whatever. It's hot. You want to go swimming? It's hot where you're at right now. If it's hot right now, man, that summer about to be crazy. What's going on with this bird? And then with the bird, man. How we living? Bird poop is natural, Amaya. Bird poop is natural. My God, right there. You gonna bounce your boy? All right, man. Appreciate you dropping in. You said it's disgusting, Amaya. You don't like birds? Rody, be nice, man. What's wrong with you? Chill. I rock with birds, man. Looks like a cat. The bird looks like a cat. What? I'm gonna leave him alone. He's like, stop watching me. They don't like to. They don't like to be seen. They don't like to be watched while they're eating and looking for shit. The crows do all the watching. That's why they don't like being watched. Oh man, I got all this shit on my. I knew there's gonna be hella shit over here. Damn it, man. Let me get moving. Prime. Do you like Prime? It's all right. I think I just like I like KSI. KSI is one of my. Your home is behind you. All right, man. Let me turn around. Let me just wave. Yeah. I turned around and waved to Maya. I like KSI, man. I can give a fuck about the Paul brothers. I don't think they're bad people. I think they've done bad stuff, but I don't think they're bad people, if that makes sense. See it? Where are you, Maya? You see me? You see me? You see me walking out? I got the jumpsuit on. I look like Gohan slash Squid Games right now with the Oakland hat. You saw me? All right, cool. Amaya, why are you spying on me? Don't spy on me, all right? But yeah, that's my thing, man. Every day, like, you know, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna like. I have a lot of time to fuck off and just be what's the word? Like, excuse my French, y'all. Excuse my French. I got a lot of time to kind of just be unproductive. Is what I'm trying to say. I can be very unproductive every day as much as I want to, just like everyone else. I can sit around and enjoy shit, but I don't want to. I will when I will. I will when it happens. God damn. I don't know if I'm smelling like gasoline. Like, what the fuck is that? Like something affected me. Like something affected. I don't know what it is. But Fede, bro. I still don't know who Fede is. But my whole thing was like, I don't know, man. I got to do this time thing. You know what I mean? When you look back at people who have documented things, whether that be actual things to document, all right, just go ahead. people who are like actually documenting like real shit. But like whether it's like real experiences to share with people, or like whether it's like these live streams that are to document an emotion, or like a, just a conversation, or motivation, or whatever. Things that way, I gotta live with purpose every day. This is the purpose right here. If I'm not training or working out, it's something like this. If I'm not creating some form of content that dealt with like the childhood that I need to kind of like have, what I'm saying, whatever, solidified, it's one of these. I know it comes with a bit of like, you gotta experience a bit. You have to experience a bit. You know what I mean? You gotta have a good balance. Don't get me wrong. You gonna have some Maya again, bro. You got some Maya again. Roddy's about to get in trouble, man. I'm telling you. Roddy's gonna get in trouble, man. I'm telling you. That's just crazy, but good, 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 good. Oh, it's people crossing. But yeah, it's really interesting, man. It's like I gotta do it, like somebody did it. Like I'm not doing no I'm not scaling Antarctica or nothing. But this is what it looks like here, man. No time wasted, etc. You know what I mean? That's what it's looking like. What's Braun? What was Braun? You know what I mean? She might have left. I think she left. But she might come back in. If she comes back in, she'll see it because it's written down. Like you have it written down, so it'll be fine. You know what I mean? Fuck they on, man. I'm gonna go then right now. Yep. But yeah, man, it's I'm on live, so I wasn't trying to like look both ways and be. I was like, I ain't doing all that, man. Taking my time. I'm learning to take my time more often, crossing the street, etc. You know. But that's me. That's just me. That's who I am. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what's his name? What's my guy? Rock Lee type shit. Rock Lee was an artist, bro. That's the shit I'm on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing with time? You ain't utilizing your time the best. Rock Lee was always on some shit. Rock Lee was always doing some type of wall sit. He was training while he was drinking. His amount of intake while he was drinking was a form of training. He was trying to master his limits. You know what I'm saying? He was doing all that. He was breaking his limits. He was hurting himself to get places. He was sacrificing rest and all that, man. So that's what I'm saying. I'm on that Rock Lee shit. You know what I'm saying? I could sit there and say Rock Lee is a good example, but Rock Lee really comes from Bruce Lee. But for those that don't know, don't really get the reference. I'm trying to go down to the bleachers. I go down to the bleachers as long as there's no game playing. If they're playing a game, then I ain't gonna, whatever. Oh shit, the lights. Green, yeah, I'm gonna go green. Forgot about that. Hey, you guys want to see it here? My bad. See this shit? You can hit the button and the light changes. It's right there. I'm gonna go red. All right, it might have glitched for a second. That's fine. That's fine. I think I already did, man. That's probably Eternal just chilling. It's so nice today, man. I really need to be in the sun though, more often than not. Yeah, they're playing right now. I think there's a game right now. Yeah, it's baseball, bro. I'm gonna show you anyway, but it's baseball. Let me show you that, man. This is the high school I went to growing up. But y'all know I always be out here all the time. All the time. All the time, Fife. All right, man. On the same steps I always be at. Out here in the PM, etc. But they got a game going on. Let me show you. A little baseball joint right there. Ugh. Can't really see shit. There goes the baseball field. I'm gonna walk past it though. But I got the best reception here, man, for some reason. Every time. There's like a where I'm standing right now is pretty much Jefferson, and then the other end of the block that I'm walking towards is Cherry, right? Oh shit, it's probably gonna go out. But in between, like whenever I'm along James Street, it always goes out. Especially when I'm like towards the water. Or like more east. I'll say that, more east. So when I'm more that way, it'll start going out. However, when I'm along this way, like on this side of the street, it's always the smoothest connection. And I've also always had the best, like, I don't know what the word is, but like, I don't know. I had the most people show up on the live, like on like right over here, like at the bleachers. So, but they got a game. That's what I'm saying. So, they got the game. But yeah, it's really interesting. We will see, man. Oh, it's softball. Okay. Yeah, man. Shit, crazy as hell. So I just gotta make it to the other side for the reception, basically. You know. I don't know, man. Hey, bro, it's crazy, man. Every time I visit like the old high school campus, obviously I had like reminisce a bit, good times and shit, like high school and all that. But I was also like, I think about myself a little bit. Obviously, I think about like how delusional I was in that time period, man. I'm able to laugh at it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to laugh about it now, I should say. Hold on, man. Is it on? We on? I can't even tell. I can't even tell right now. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna go in and out. I think we back. I think we better now. For now. But yeah, I was delusional, man. I ain't gonna lie. I really thought I was more important or I meant something. I thought, I started accounting for everything. Like you start thinking about, oh yeah, the history of my people. Oh yeah, what we went through or what my family went through. Or my family's name and my upbringing and what I went through. And I'm here now and I'm figuring things out. Like I thought that made me an important individual. But motherfuckers can be aware of all that shit and still be like manipulative and still be like, which I might have been. I don't know. I might have been. I might have been, bringing up shit that had nothing to do with nothing and making it all about me. Like that's probably who I was looking back at them high school years. So as a high school, I wasn't shit. When I was a little kid, I really wasn't shit. But it's like, you're a little kid, so who cares? Like when you're a little kid, it's like, all right, he's a little kid, so who cares, bro? He's figuring himself out or whatever. He's just going through the motions. But obviously, I got older, and I was like, you still hold on to a bit of that. You got to get right. You got to get humbled by life. But I wasn't letting nothing humble me. I was like, nah, I'm on time, bro. I'm destined. I'm whatever. I'm the one. Like I was feeling that way about myself. I was real delusional. I think the older I get, I don't know if the right. I don't know if that's the right word, but I understand the importance of who I am and what I am. But to put myself on a pedestal, if not above other people, is a whole other situation and scenario. So I'm sure I felt that way as much as I tried to be humble and humble myself. But I don't know, man. The grandiose delusion back then was big. But everyone goes through that. I think everyone goes through that. Matter of fact, let me take that back. There's some people who never felt like that much about themselves ever. So I got to take that back. That's more of a personal thing. Some people never felt well about themselves, which is sad. Sad truth, That's actually really sad. The more I think about it, you're home and out of the car and at the desk. Oh, what's up? Yep, there you go, Cash. There you go, Cash. Yeah, it's funny because your boy was asking something about microphone stuff. Cash, if you have good recommendations for a good headset slash headphone thing for Twitch streaming or whatever, or just gaming, and it's affordable headset with a microphone and whatever, go ahead and send those my way. It do be pretty hot today, bro. It's like, oh, let me know if you're I don't know if you're caught up with the live. Shit, my bad. Let me know if you're caught up with the live. But yeah, well, you probably just listening that whole time. Never mind. But yeah, it's warm. It's pretty warm today. I'm lucky about to jump in this. I should look locked. I really need to use the bathroom too. I'd rather get inside the honey bucket and just piss. I low key mind if it's open. I might just walk home. I was trying to do the 2 hour. Standalone microphone. I have some Rex headphones, not so much. I can do some research. And yeah, I've been listening since the first. Oh, I got you. Cool. Yeah, What was I talking about? My delusional self. Yeah, I was real delusional. But again, like I say, I forget because like I do have friends that are like they've never felt that high of themselves. Like I've always had both. Or like some days I get really down. I have the extremes. Like I feel really high and mighty about myself, and then I used to be really down about myself. So I used to have both. Never an in between, but I'm at my best when I'm balanced. But I'm never balanced. I'm always on some asymmetric shit. So I chase the balance. You'll always hear me striving for balance or like whatever, something along those lines. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm just laughing at the kids that were in the chat, saw the prime bottle and got hyped up. That's hilarious to me. It's kind of funny to me. But yeah. Shit, if libraries open tomorrow morning, they're open, man. I might have to do that morning coffee run before I show up. Things like that. Goddamn teleflies. Shit just be getting in my eye, man. Shit just be getting in my eye. It is hella warm though. Like this morning, I had layers on. I had a sweatsuit on, thinking like, all right, I got layers. I got sleeves on because I know it's gonna be cold, and then I'm about to go sit in the library, so I know I'm gonna be cold just sitting down. Here I am walking around like kind of working up a sweat. Like, goddamn, the hell? Why today? Hype over a prime bottle. What's up with that? I don't know. It's just kind of funny. Like it's just a thing. Like it's like if we were kids and we saw High C, like a High C juice box with the Furby on it, we'd be like, oh shit, High C. Like I mean, maybe that's the same thing. I don't know, bro. Maybe like Tang or Kool-Aid. I know that's what it's literally this. So it's funny because I wore the same, and it's the Puma, marathon clothing. So rest in peace, Nipsey. But I wore this shit at a Beyblade tournament one time. Someone took a picture, and someone goes, "Oh my God, Squid Games!" And I'm like, that's funny. That's just really funny because it's literally the same colors. But the only reason I bought the green and white is because I wanted to be like Gohan. So I was like, let me get my green and white Gohan on, and let me support Nipsey all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's rare that you see me do one step. You always see me do like two at a time, if not a big leap. Everything has to be more than one. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with High C. I forget if you were there when I was streaming when I went on a tangent on. I don't know. Was I there? I was there for the Costco one, and I'm still thinking about Costco to this day. Ever since that was like recent. That was like a recent though, the most recent one I think. But yeah. But it's really interesting, man, because like I was just trying to get on my Gohan shit. That's all I wanted to do. Remember Gohan had the green sweatsuit, and they were about to fight Frieza or whatever. He still had his glasses on too, which was crazy. That was it. That was like that time period. The Costco one. That was like the most recent one, past couple of nights ago. Hold on. Yeah, Cash. I don't know. You probably showed up late, but it was like people are like calling, texting me like right when every time I'm busy, that's when everyone hits me up. And then when I have downtime to call people and check on them, they're busy. I was like, bro, the timing is bad. The timing in general is just bad. You know what I'm saying? So High C was an hour before Costco. Okay. Right when I got there, you had brought up like, hey, James, these people don't know about Costco. And I'm like, oh, so like right when I got there, probably right after. So that makes sense. Okay. But yeah, man. Shit. Yeah, people be having free time to talk to you. And it's crazy because it's like I'm like either doing a stream or like I'm like at home recording like gameplay or type of shit. And I always tell people, it's like I'm able to listen to other people's podcasts or your live stream because when I was recording Dragon Warrior Monsters 2, like some of my clips or some of my videos for it, I had you playing in the background. So I was able to kind of like type real quick, come back to here, boom, 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 boom. So that's just how it's really quick and easy. But like having a undivided kind of time attention thing for just like a phone call, maybe something like that for somebody. That's a little difficult right now because I'm trying to do. I don't know if like I don't know if I told you in the beginning of this. Like I did a little 2 hour joint around 10. Come to find out, nobody was even there, and then fucking it's because my settings were put to unlisted and not public because I was doing all this. I don't know, man. Setting adjustments for the channel, and then here I am. I put everything back to normal, and here everyone's here. It was crazy. Heard you talk about multitasking earlier. That's what we call time advantage. This is also true, but it's like I always have to do things that are like, it's like if I can do two things at once type of thing, that's what I have to do. Utilizing time, basically. Time utilization, time utilization. That's what I'm on, bro. It's like I have to do that. I have to have that. I have to do like even when I play Monster Hunter, the reason why I use the great sword is because with the great sword, I can slice off a tail as much as I can break off a horn. Because the great sword is kind of like a hammer or like a hunting horn, where you can like you have like a bludgeoning weapon where you can break off horns and break off nails and shit like that and like certain ridges of a monster. But with the great sword, you have as much weight as you do a slashing ability. So I have to always do two in ones. It's never just a full on, But I'm like that with extremes. When it's emotional stuff, I just can't feel it. Like I have to go all the way to like really be there. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't know. It can be bad. That's why you see me kind of. I always give props to like when there's like a. I don't want to say 100%, but like when there's like right now there's a lot of joy and like happy and positive energy. I always give props to that more than I do the negative stuff. It's very important to me. Very important to me. And I'm walking through Seattle. I got all this vegetation on me and dirt randomly. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little crazy, man. Time advantage, yeah. It's about taking advantage of time, like that kind of thing. I don't know if I'm reading that correctly, but yeah, let's go, man. But yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think. I think my biggest thing is like I don't know, man. I bring this up all the time, Cash. I meant to say time utilization. Well, both. Yeah, I agree with both the way you wrote it. I was just trying to I was trying to interpret it to see what you meant, but like I see what you're saying. I think where I get kind of I don't know. It's really interesting. So like I talk with my cousins and like other people because we all like watching sports together, and it's funny because someone was just talking about sports like walking past, but people get obsessed with the teams they love and hate, but it's like okay, now that you have all this information on sports, like now maybe it's time for you to go to the casino and make a bet because Washington State doesn't allow you to have like DraftKings unless you're like in the parking lot using the Wi-Fi or you're using the Wi-Fi at the actual Angel of the Winds, Emerald Queen Casino type shit. You can only make sports bets at the actual casino places or within their Wi-Fi space using the apps. I mean, you can't sports book on your. You know what I'm saying? Washington State doesn't allow it. What I'm saying is, how do you take that knowledge because you sat there and watched the whole game for 2 hours, learning the game and watching it and enjoying it, and how do you use it? As a fan that lost your time of the day, how do you flip that and use it for your own whatever? And that's you'd probably take some bets, if not make some predictions. Like, okay, based off of how last year went, I think this year Boston is going to take it, Denver's going to take it, whatever. Yeah, you can use a VPN too. Yeah, you can always use a VPN, but yeah, some people just go there to the actual little kiosk or whatever and make the little bets there for their options. But yeah, it depends. It's funny because a lot of people who are using certain VPNs are starting to get cracked down on as well. So that's a whole other story. Um, I'm not really. Yeah, that's a good question if they have it covered. I don't know much about it, but that's my thing where I started to draw the line with people. Where I was like, I would watch people at work just on break. People would be at work on break, and they would just utilize their time watching entertainment type of stuff. But I was like, okay, that's when you think about it, that's a one thing. You know what I mean? Not that it's a bad thing, but it's a one thing to be entertained. There's, everyone has their vices and their whatever. But like the same way you would kind of see me like trying to enjoy my, if I'm smoking a joint or like smoking a cigar, you'll see me do it on live. because I used to do that by myself all the time. Some days, sometimes you need moments like that. Some days, sometimes you need to have that family dinner where it's just, you're not saying nothing deep, but you're just with the family, being present and having dinner and listening to each other and just, vibing off the energy and just really loving each other in that space. You know what I mean? That's really important. But to sit there and try to, like, document everything isn't always good, but there's nothing wrong with it, because when you do that, at least you're doing two in one kind of thing. And I started to realize that, where it's like, okay, here I am. I finished my work early when I'm at work. What am I going to do with my downtime? Study stocks. Started learning a little bit about stocks. Started doing the math myself. Punched the numbers. Wrote them out hand by hand. Like, I can show you all these notes I have just randomly in my house. And I'm not, there's no right or wrong way to do it, but it's just like, you talk to someone enough at work, in the workplace, that's either older than you or that's been doing it for longer than you, and all they are is old and bitter. I don't want to disrespect my elders, but when you're just old and bitter, I can't do much with you, and I just have to leave. And you see me by myself all the time, studying, if not applying myself. So this is what my life is, and that's what it looks like. I just try to avoid bitter people in general, even worse, older and bitter people, because it's like, I'm not, you're supposed to be my elder, man. I'm supposed to be, leaning on you to some form of guidance, if not some care. And here I am getting this stuff, so it's kind of rough. But you'll find me by myself a lot because of this stuff, man. I've leaned on people for too long, and you'll just see me like studied up, if not applying that same positivity and, like, redishing that good energy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some people do be working the most boring shit and need the entertainment. I understand that. I won't lie, my current job has me like that, especially today where I have the most boring position. But I mostly play Pikmin Blue on breaks these days. Yeah, that's fair. You know what I used to do on my break? Because on the iPhone you can like download certain games. So I had Dragon Quest 3 on mobile, and then I also had like sort of Convaleria on mobile. And like during my break times, I would like play it and I would screen record it, and then I would upload it using the works Wi-Fi. So I started creating these episodes of Dragon Quest 3 mobile gameplay, and then I would turn on, because on screen recording you can turn on your mic. So I turn on my mic and I would have some commentary. The playlist is still there. It's like Dragon Quest 3 GPT and C, which is game playthrough and commentary. But like, it's really, but I just thought about it. I was like, well, let me just utilize my time the best, because all I was doing before that was just studying stocks and then like doing math problems at the desk. I would literally like deliver linen, relax my muscles and just sit at the desk and just do like math problems. I would take calls. I would sit there at the desk. I would like go through my voicemails. Okay, cool. I got the voicemails. Got to go to this floor. Got to that floor. I just remember it. I would take calls, take mental note, go up there, deliver, come back, do more math problems. And then I started thinking like, well, let me sit here and play some video games on my phone. Played a little bit of sort of Convaleria. Then I decided like, let me just stick to Dragon Quest 3 mobile. And then I did like a bit of like Brawl Stars. I was screen recording that as well. So I was screen recording Brawl Stars. I think one of them I had my mic on. I could be wrong. But yeah, I would just screen record shit, which is hella funny. I was like, I'm never gonna waste, like, having time wasted at work and having like just this downtime. It's one thing, but to utilize it as like a study thing or whatever, what I'm saying, like doing all of it at the same time is kind of crazy. The hell, that was crazy. But yeah, that's me though. I mean, like, I say all that to say, Cash, I'm not judging you or anyone else, but it got to a point where, like, I think when I first started working these jobs, like early 20s, and I started seeing like that, I thought I could lean on some of the elders and the older people that were working there to try to get, some insight of, like, how do you handle yourself at the job, outside of life, marriage, all these questions. I would just ask these questions. And like, that's when it really dawned upon me. It took a few months, close to a year, but a few months. Not really just a few months, like all my jobs, and I realized how much of them just had like nothing but bitter advice. Not all of them, but a majority of them. And I was like, yeah, I can't. I respect this person and I love him enough to just leave this shit and just figure this out on my own. You know. And then it got worse because I got close to people that I was trying to help. The older ones as well. Just give them a little insight or whatever, and try to whatever offer some. Not advice is one thing, but like insight on like just kind of how and who I was as or how my generation's handling things, and there's no reciprocation there. So it feels like a very, I won't say lonely path, but it's like the lack of the reciprocation makes you want to, like, all right, let me just prove you wrong. But I don't want my motivation to come from a place of like I don't know what the word is, like not spite, but bitterness as well. I don't want to continue the cycle of bitterness. So You know, that's why the love and the positive shit is very important. And it's the slowest path. It's the slowest path and the slowest grind, but it's worth everything. It's the most compounding avalanche you'll ever. Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. And it's really just supposed to be natural. You know what I'm saying? The working a 9 to 5 stuff, it's good for you, but it's not natural. But that's a longer conversation, man. A lot of people don't have back to privileges. A lot of people don't have the older generation. They never had the privilege to explore who they were as an artist or who they were as a human being to figure out what they can and should do in their downtime. But because they were so used to criticism, all they do is just impose the same thing on us as well. Marvin was good, man. Marvin was good, bro. How's life been, man? It's good. Thank you for dropping in and tapping in. I haven't done one of these in a hella long, bro. I ain't done one of these in hella long. So a lot of what I speak about is like can be seen as and measured as some form of arrogance. And like maybe sure. I mean, I don't know. I let people be the judge of that. I'm fine with that, but I'm very aware of the privileges I have. You know, I'm under my parents' roof or my dad because my mom's dead, but under my dad's roof, and it's like I have this time and privilege ahead of me. Why not utilize it? And I say that to say that to everyone else. It's like if you have the time and privilege, you have the time on your hands, and you have the privilege. Why not utilize it to do things that are like whether they're productive or not, whether that's work, but on top of that, do something you love to do. So try to do as much as you can. And that is, back to what Cash is saying, it is the time utilization. It's you know, the work will destroy the spirit. So it's like you have to make fun, to find the fun in the work, find the positive in it. If you can't, you got to leave the way I did. Because again, like I said, the same older people that try to help show the perspective of like what my generation is dealing with and how we're trying to balance out what they went through to what I'm trying to undo as well in terms of trauma and shit like that. They don't want to hear it sometimes, and they'd rather have conflict, and that conflict leads to me almost beating someone's ass. So I'm like, you know what, man? Before I even do that and bust someone's head open, I'm gonna just leave. I ain't doing this shit, bro. Because all I want to do is be positive and give you my insight. But if you're judging me from afar, or judging me this close, pretending to be close to me and pretending to be that comfortable with me, we're not even friends. You never spent time in my house. Oh yeah, I'm gonna deal with you accordingly. Because people get real comfortable with disrespect, and they do it in the workplace where they can hide behind management. So you got to be mindful of shit like that. And I don't know, man. I'm a different type of person sometimes. I'm not saying I'm a tough guy. I'm just saying I don't stand for that shit. People get real comfortable with disrespect, and I'm like, I'm not in the mood right now. I'm grieving right now. I'm grieving dead relatives as much as I'm grieving, what I'm saying, neighborhood I once knew combined with all type of shit. I'm starting to recognize this shit, the friendships and stuff, I'm starting to recognize this within me. So I don't want all that, the self work and the light is more important than actually just whooping someone's ass. And I gotta chase that. I gotta lean into that a little bit more. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at right now with it. That's a whole other conversation. That's a longer conversation, but it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? I was like, what am I looking at? I'm looking at these birds in the tree. My bad. But yeah, man, it's a conversation people don't want to have. Um, but you're always gonna hear it from me. You know, it don't, and it's like it's fucked up because it only makes sense when I get to where I'm supposed to be or where I need to be at. It only makes sense when I succeed. Nobody cares about the process. Nobody cares in the middle. Nobody cares about the middle of the story. They can't wait for it to end. As much, you know what I mean? So that's why you see people watch movies over and over. They watch TV shows over and over, and they have to go back in that cycle because it's like, what did I miss? Oh, I missed this line. That was a golden line right there that someone said. That was really good. Oh, this makes sense when I didn't pay attention to this part because this is what really was the beginning of the end for this character here. You know what I mean? When you get put in a position where it's like, you can't enjoy yourself, man, or you can't be grateful. Being grateful will help when you're stuck in a position where you have to, suffer. So the gratitude is very important because it's like start with the gratitude and then you find out where you can be positive from there. You know what I mean? That's like a quick fix to a bigger solution or a momentary. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's how it is. Like think about that with chocolate, bro. Like everybody eating Hershey's they don't care how it's made. Nobody cares how the Hershey's are made. They just want to eat the shit. They just want to enjoy it. People just want to enjoy the damn candy. That and the Reese's. I rock with the Reese's. You know what I mean? Oh shit, it's 20%. We're good though. Good until we're not. So yeah, that's what you're gonna hear from me, man. Yeah, fuck it. I wake up in the morning. He needs to go outside. He brings me. It's hella warm. Damn. But yeah, man. I'm out here for the sunshine right now. So I walk back down. But yeah, man. This is what it look like, man. And like, I don't know, man. I was telling people, I said this to Cash too a long time ago. I was like, there's gonna be a moment where like all the stuff I'm doing just no longer gets posted necessarily, or like I'm gonna reach a certain point where I'm not gonna post it because one, it's like I don't want to get monetized off of other people's stuff. That's one thing. That's a personal principle maybe, but even more is like, yeah, man. I don't know. I gotta keep creating. A lot of stuff will be for the future though. I'll say that much. Hold on. Yeah. Everybody's in here. Yo, it is warm today, bro. It is warm. Yeah, get at me, man. You know what type of time I'm on. This is why I enjoy the trolls sometimes. That's why I like having trolls in the chat because at least the trolls, get me talking. Told y'all, man. If I talk positive and productive, it's boring. If I speak positive and productive, it's boring. That's what I'm on though. That's how you see me on track. That's how you see me working hard. If I wasn't wired like this, I wouldn't be talking like this. If I wasn't talking like this, I wouldn't be wired the way I am. You know what I mean? But get at me. That's what the trolls. They keep me on my toes, man. I like the. I'll be waiting for them sometimes. I hate to say it, man. I don't want to be that. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you wish for. But dang, man. But nah, I did it. Like I said, I did the 2 hour silent one like at around 10 o'clock, from like 10 to 12 or whatever. And that one was funny because like, yeah, nobody popped up, man. Nobody showed up. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. It was all because of my settings, bro. It was just all unlisted. I was like, this is fucked. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna repeat it. If you can't go live on your channel, for those that can't go live on their channels yet, you probably like don't have enough videos or you don't have enough hours or subscribers or whatever. It's one or the other, right? You should probably put your videos as unlisted, so that way when you're posting them, so that way they sit in the system for a while it's being scanned, and then YouTube will know where to put them, so then it reaches people right away. Because if you make it public right away, people don't know what to do with it right away. YouTube's still trying to figure out what kind of audiences to usher that video to. The system is still trying to figure it out as it's reviewing it. You know what I'm saying? It's reviewing the audio that's being said, the videos, the visuals, all that. So it's reviewing it before it pushes it to people's algorithms and shit. But if you put it in unlisted, it's technically just sitting there in the system, but it's not public yet. And the moment it goes public, it'll already be kind of ready to go on people's like feeds and whatnot, or like in their algorithms. So these are things to kind of keep track of or account for. Now, I looked this information and all this shit up. The problem was that I thought it applied to me, but again, because I'm already going live, it doesn't apply. If you're a smaller page, then you have to do that. And I was like, damn, I didn't know this. So it let me know I was like right along the right path. And I don't know if it was today, this morning, or last night, I finally hit the 2K video mark. So one of these things put me over the 2K mark. I don't know what it is. My channel now says 2K. It's going to be 2.1 soon, probably by the end of this month. Knowing me, knowing how much whatever I'm putting in. Also, I might have to. This might be the last time I do a 2 hour one, because with all this heat, I don't know if I can do. I don't know if my phone's going to be able to survive the heat to do 2 hours. I don't think it can. The heat kind of drains the battery. The battery's trying to keep up. I need to monitor my phone actually. So I'm gonna keep it like this. I don't know. I'm not trying to get too much sunlight on it. But if I do that, then the oh shit, it might have happened right now. The heat is like destroying the battery. Let me check. Hold on. Never mind. We're at 17. But it's preserving the energy like it's doing a This happened before. Every time I'm in the sunlight, it's happened before. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna get some sunlight, but I'm also like trying to preserve the battery right now. But I'll wrap it myself, man. I did it for 2 hours. That's why I know it's not impossible. But I don't know, man. These, yeah, you know, I'm cool with people letting me know if I'm off center or whatever. If I'm off center, if I'm like just on some other time, or whatever, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Tap in and let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. I'm okay with that rather than you know, because I live in my own bullshit until I'm corrected, if not suggested something new. That's who I am, man. But I'm willing for that shit. I'm willing for that conversation all the time. But I appreciate everyone dropping in. Matter of fact, let me do this before I walk down. I was being real mindful. Summer came in here talking to me about Pokemon cards. What's up, Summer? Nuria, oh man, Nuria Kasang says something weird. Jensen, Almonte, Ligma, which is hilarious. Eternal Light, just your boy. Who am I missing? It's me, your boy, talking for a minute. And then Tal Rob, my guy Rob dropped in. That was dope. Good to see a lot of people come back in and out. Cash dropped in on me. Arodi was in here, chilling. Keep on changing her name. Amaya dropped in for a little bit. Who am I forgetting? And Marvin dropped in right now. And if I forgot your name, you know what the fuck time it is. We walk down, man. God damn, it's warm. Fucking warm as hell. But now my screen pretty much damn near went dark, so I can't see shit. Yeah, there we go. Screen is dark right now. Yeah, buddy. It's bright today, man. You know what's funny? Before I decided to name this Yusuke Urameshi, I felt like the ghost Yusuke. I named it. I was gonna name it like Silent. The Silence was golden because I did that 2 hour one. But we'll stick with Yusuke for all the green today, man. We're keeping it green, and we're on that ghost time, man. We existing right now, man. You know, but the rationalizing and the reason will never escape me. I'll tell you that much right now. Arodi, are you on the second account? Are you on the separate account right now? Arodi is back. Arodi, don't change the name. Don't change the name on your second account. All right. Hi. How's it going? Yeah, don't change the name because in that way you won't get flagged or whatever. I'm walking down to the bench. Bro, it's so much cooler down here. That's crazy. The difference. I need to just sit here for a second. I got a few minutes already. Let me know how we doing, how we chilling, man. What's looking like over there? Let me know, man. What you been up to? Rody, we gotta hold it down for Jax, man. I'm really sad about that. We gotta hold it down for Bray. Like he's out of commission for a while. He said he'd be out. I don't know how long he said he'd be out. Last time he showed up on the live and talked to us, he said he'd be gone for like a month. I'm like, we just gotta keep creating. I'm telling you. Remember, what did I say back in April? I said by May, I'm gonna have 100 more videos uploaded. It says 1.9, but it's gonna say 2K. Right now it's 2K. It's gonna be 2.1 by June. So whenever June comes around, I'll have 2.1. This is gonna be 100. I'm telling you, I'm dropping 100. I'm not playing no more. Think about it. If I'm doing at least two a day, because there's a 12:30 drop every day, and there's at least two because some days there's like three or four. So let's just say two a day. That's like what? It's like 30, so that's like 60. And if I'm doing a live a day or something, bro, and I'm doing like a live stream for the video game, that's another 30. That's like 90 with like 10 to spare, and I have like some days I do like 4 or 5. So we'll see how it goes. Today is technically two. What is today? Thursday. Today's Thursday. That means let me do a quick math. It's 4 videos on schedule, and then I did 2 lives, so that's 6 already. So Rody, we gotta keep putting the work in, man. You know what I'm saying? Because best believe if Jack still had his phone, he'd be working too. So we gotta work too. We just gotta keep working. Just keep creating stuff. I know you. I know you've been doing stuff on your channel too, right? I don't even know if he's there, bro. I don't even know if he's there. I told y'all, man. When I talk positive and productive, man, nobody give a fuck. It's boring. Well, go ahead and troll me. Get back to that, man. That's what y'all want, really. But yeah, what I'm really about to start doing is this. I was planning to do today. Um, I said this in the last one, but I met this dude, Yo Lee, and he's in Korea. That dude, bro, he he just walks and talks. And he was next to these buildings, and then when I spoke to him in English, he started to respond to me in English. He speaks in Korean and English, and he said he was just looking for part-time work. Like he was looking for people that needed his services, and then he would drive them around, and then he would just make some extra part-time money. But if you go on his channel, what he really does, aside from going live every day, he just does like YouTube shorts of him cooking. So he just cooks food and eats it. But he just shows off all the food he cooks at the house. It's hella funny. Um, when he like plays music in the background, like he's doing one of those. But again, he loves to do what he does. And again, it's funny. I found it like last week where his channel has 1.9K videos, and I'm like, okay, he's me if I'm 30 years older. That's pretty much who he is, which is funny. I'm like, okay, he just creates. All he does is create. He just wants to create. He just wants to make stuff. But I was talking to him in the chat, you know what I'm saying? So me and him were talking a little bit. I'll spare you the details. Maybe we'll talk about it next time. I feel like I talked about it last time I was with Cash, and I was like outside in one of my chats. But it's really interesting because dude just creates. And like I was going down, like you can click, excuse me, you can click latest, popular, or oldest. I clicked popular to see his most popular cooking videos. I was watching it, and like in the comments, people were talking to him greasy. They were saying some messed up stuff as people were speaking in Korean. Like I'm translating what they wrote. I was like, why are they talking to him like this? And they was just saying stuff like, oh, this isn't your real life. I was like, oh, go get a job, go do something. Like, what are you doing? Like people were just like sitting there. I was like, why are they saying this to him? Like maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe there's a language barrier or like a translation barrier on the app that maybe I don't understand. Anyway, I'm reading this and I'm like, man, fuck that. So I found like one of his videos, like older ones. I'm watching him do like some engineering type stuff. I said, man, your page is inspiring me right now because you know I bring up the story all the time. Him and the other dude with the fucked up hand. I'm like, your page is inspiring, bro. Because don't listen to these people. Like you're just stay working, bro. Just stay creating stuff. Just stay creating things, man. Don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to none of the people, bro. Just stay making shit. Rack them hours in. Get that traffic. Get them people in. Just keep it going, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear none of that hating shit. Ain't getting nobody nowhere, man. People be trying to be fake motivational. The same people trying to do the hating and the motivating. It's like they ain't did nothing, man. As much as I feel a way about Shaq hating on Dwight Howard and all that funny shit, they had a recent interview and they were talking to each other about it. It was like, honestly, man, Shaq was still big bro and Dwight, so I get it. Like I get it. I respect it to that degree. You know what I mean? But again, that's Shaq. That's Shaq with what 4 rings, 3 in LA and 1 in Miami. So if Shaq got 4 rings. It's like, of course he's gonna tell Dwight something. Of course he's gonna let him know if they're both centers. Of course he's gonna say something. So yeah. But everyone else, man, in the comment section and stuff, doing all that, like the negative stuff, it's like I don't know why they're being negative. I couldn't tell you. Oh, it's at 10%. Yeah. Now we're at 10%. But I'm gonna check the messages later, man. I pretty much got from like now till oh my bad. Yeah, from now till like Friday. Yeah, let me think. Friday, like my spot's not gonna be open, so I gotta go. No, not my usual spot. I should say my usual area. So you're gonna see me do hour bits here and there. And if the weather's good, I'll stay outside. We'll see. If it's cooler weather, like right now it's really warm, so it's kind of tough. But I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna go back, get some gaming in, get them hours in. Punch all that in, get that right. You know what I mean? Things like that. Yeah, man, this is what the hustle looking like. It look like this. It look kind of weird. That's my biggest thing, man. I'm at the walk. I swear to God, like, I don't know, man. I swear to God. There's a couple OGs I need to relay the message to. And I got to make it real clear. I got to make it really clear. Really clear. You know what I mean? They're the same people that told me to stay out of trouble, stay out the way. They're the same people. Hold on, let me check this. 9%. Okay. They're the same people that stay out of trouble, stay out the way. That's what they're preaching. And I gotta tell them what I figured out. Like, I figured it out now. And I'm gonna tell them about this because they all got phones. They don't have phones. That's a trip. I don't know how. They all have phones. I'm sure they all have phones. I'm sure they have a used phone. I'm sure they have internet connection. I'm gonna tell them. This thing is falling off, bro. I'm gonna tell them about this. I'm gonna tell them to start doing this. I'm just a product of that. I'm like and I ain't the best product. I ain't the best product. I don't care about these stories. I don't care about this positive shit. Promise y'all. Promise y'all. If I sat there and started talking about the negative shit and the other shit, y'all would give a damn. They'd be like, well, you seen this, you did. No, fuck all that. Ain't no rat shit over here. That's a whole nother, that's a whole nother thing right there, man. That's crazy. Yo, the sound of this bike scared this rabbit. It was like a bike, like it was, and then there goes a rabbit right there. I can't even zoom in. Never mind, I'll do it later. There's two of them. Hold on, wait, there's two rabbits. Wait, all right, hold on. There's two rabbits. Oh, come on. There's two rabbits. Can you see it? Where there's two rabbits? Hold on. All right, that's cool. That's crazy. I only seen one, and then the other one, like, the one's still on the other side of the fence. That's crazy. Now all I heard was like, or sorry, all the rabbit did was hear the bike, and then like, damn, I should have filmed it. No, don't worry about it. But now I gotta talk to him. I gotta let him know what I figured out. So there's a I might not even film it. I might have to like, I'm gonna wait for the weekend, and then I'm gonna walk up the hill and look for these people. Hopefully they haven't passed away or nothing. If they pass away, I'm gonna be sad. I hope they haven't passed away, but I'm gonna go talk to them if I see them again. See, the thing is, I haven't seen people in so long. They probably got gray hair. But I'm gonna go talk to them, and I'm gonna be like, listen, I figured it out. I learned it. I'm gonna tell them what makes sense. They might not even want to listen to me, bro. That's what's fucked up about it. Some people are so sad they don't even want to listen to me. There goes a rabbit right there. Oh shit. All right. That was crazy. I don't know if you guys, like, I was on live one time, right? I'm walking past this tree. I just hear like I hear something, and I see like two of them real quick, just woof, woof, going by hella fast. Hold on, there goes one right there. See him? Yeah, buddy. It's rabbit season out here. But I gotta talk to these people, man. The more I start to figure this stuff out, it's more for them than it is for me. More so for them than it is for me, I should say. But yeah. Yeah, man. Gratitude is where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at with it. So I appreciate y'all nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start hitting these silent silent streams at the library. I'm gonna start doing that. Just sitting at the library, silent streaming. Like I'm on some study shit. We'll see. But I'm by the house. I'm a block away. So maybe it's me. It is what it is. But yeah. Hey man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. We out here. Get that rambling going for too long. Let's go. Peace.